So this video is a continuation of the um, Python for beginners. So we're going to now complete the mini projects that are here. We stopped at 6 from the previous one. So now we're at 7. This is our exercise. These are exercise. So this is exercise 1.8. So now the seventh one was that they say write a program that asks the user for a weight in kilogram and convert it to pounds. So there are 2.2 pounds in kilograms. So now before we begin, what I will do is I will make the conversion. I will explain what I'm going to do. I'll just make an explanation. So the whole thing is, just change this on it to white. Now they gave us the rate. The rate is 2.2 pounds per kilogram. That is the rate. Let me see the question again. So it's 2.2 in a kilogram. Okay. So now write a program that asks the user for a weight in kilogram and converts it to pounds. So the value should be in kilogram. Let's say I will just say mass. I will assign a container mass. Now the person will choose a value, and then now that value we needed to convert it to pounds. So to do the conversion to pounds, which is this, I'll call this pounds. Okay, let's say I'll call this mass kg. Okay, let me say I call this mass underscore kg and call this mass underscore pounds. This will now be equal to, now we have the mass underscore kg. This is in kg. Now the conversion rate should be 2.2 pounds per kg. So this kg will cancel out kg here, so it will be left with pounds. So it will be like that, meaning the rate 2.2, you're multiplying this value with 2.2 to get your pounds conversion. So I just needed to explain it. It's just like if you give you a value in kilogram, for you to make your conversion, you just say the rate, which is 22.2 pounds, divide by, let's say it's a number kg, divided by kg, since 2.2 pounds is in a kilogram. So that is it. This one will cancel out, you're left with kg. So 2.2 n pounds. So I just want to make explanation. Then now when we're writing the program, it will sink in and to be easier for people to understand. So let's now go to the software. The software, we needed to ask for mass underscore kg. This is the variable I want to use. The variable will now be equal to evaluate input. Then I press the tab key, press the quotation mark, sorry, the quotation sign. Then I'll just type in, let me see what they say. Now I'll just type in weight in kilogram. I will not say ele honey. So enter the weight in kilogram. So enter the weight in kilogram. Then having done this, just enter. Then I will now do the conversion. I'll say mass just say mass underscore pounds lb equal to evaluate inputs. Okay, no, this will not be this. I'm not inputting anything for here. So what I will just do is I will just call off this variable, which is mass weight. Press the tab key selected. Let's just say times 2.2. That is just it. So I will just now say I'll say print press the tab key. I will use formatting format. So I will just formatting method so that the whole thing will come out the way I want it to be formatted. Now let's say I will say now I will just say okay, put a quote now. I'll just say the weight in kilogram Now I'll just use the color bricks. Open and close color bricks. I'll call it 0 column. I will just use 4.2f for mass system. So I would say the weight in kilogram is converted to pounds, which is I'll now use the color bricks again, which is 1 column. I will use the same format 4.2f. Then I will just say dot format. Okay, close. Now I'll just use the mass in kg, comma the mass. I'll scroll down using arrow key, scroll down to mass in pounds, select that, then now enter. Then let's run the system. Let's run it. Now they ask for mass. Now you say enter the weight in kilogram. So I will just enter a value, say 3.4 kg. Then enter. Then it say the weight in kilogram 3.40 is converted to pounds, which is 7.48 pounds. Okay, I needed to put the units. Now like this, there should be kilogram. So here I will just say I'll just say kg, then here I needed to put pounds. So let's run it again. Let me just use another value, 5.2456, then enter. So we have the weight in kilogram is 5.25 kg is converted to pounds, which is 11.54 pounds. So that is it. So that explains it. So now let's go to the next project, the next question. They said write a program that asks the user to enter three numbers. Now use three separator input statements. Create variables called total and average that holds the sum and average of the three numbers, and print out the values of the total and average. So three separate input statements. Okay, create variables and call total and average that holds the sum and average. Okay, so now we are going to work out this. This one is just straightforward, it's simple. There's no need to explain it. But now let's just delete this. Now let's say I call it number one is equal to evaluate. So it should be a separate. Press the tab key, input. Press the tab key, press a quote. I will just say enter the first number. Enter the first number. Then I need to just copy this, make a little change. Just say copy, Control V, enter Control V. So now I will change this to 2, change this to 3, then change this first, change the first to second number, change this other one to third number. So we're done with this. We'll enter. Now we just needed to create a variable called total. The total of the numbers should now be equal to number so the first number plus the second number. Scroll down, select the second number, press the tab key, and plus press number, scroll down, select the third number, press the tab key. This will give you the total. Then the average will now be equal to the whole of this will now be equal to total divided by 3. Then divided by 3, not 3 itself. So this is the average. So now I will now print out the results. Press the tab key, press the press the quotation mark. Then now let's say you have we can now see three numbers. Three numbers. Three numbers which uh, okay, let me just use this other short and easy method, which are comma number one, comma number two, comma number three, comma three numbers which are number digits there, the total, the total, sorry, the total is now this one is showing there is an error because this is supposed to be a string, so I'm supposed to put it in a quotation mark because it's not defined, so it's supposed to be on a quotation mark. So I will now have to put comma, the total is, you now put total is defined, it's a variable that was created, so you now say comma, comma there, sorry there, oh I need to now add another quotation mark. I will now say there, the average is, then I need to go to is, I'll now put average. So I press the tab key, it's selected, so now that is it. So this is a simple straightforward way to do that. So now it's very straightforward and simple. I'll just click enter, enter the first number. I will just call the first number 5, enter the second number 6, enter the second number, the third number 8. So now three numbers which are 5, 6, 8, their total is 19, their average is okay. So but this, you see there, this is not formatted, so I need to format them so that these issues will not come up again. So now let's look at it. Let's try to format it now. So what I will do now is I can now rewrite this. I'll rewrite it in a format form. I'll write it in format form, so I can leave it like this. There's no need to format it. But if needs be, I can do that, but it will take more of our time. So, but I haven't explained how to do that. So that can be a task for you to do. So you can now do it and format it so that this will be 2 decimal. So now Having done this, we are through with it. So now, but there should be comma here. So we should introduce comma. So now what I'll do to introduce comma is I just put a quotation mark, and a quotation mark. I will now just add a comma, then come here to, then here put a comma, then here I needed to also put a quotation mark, a comma, then because a comma here is a string, so that is it. This is the way it is. So now let's run. Let me use a number that will give us value. So 5, enter 5, 6. Now it's 11. If you add 7, it will be 18. So divide by 3, it's supposed to give us 6. So it gives us 6.0. So that is it. So now you see there is comma now, 5, 6, 7. Okay, this one's supposed to be 5, 6, and so here it's supposed to be and. Okay, supposed to be and, not. Let's run it again. Let's use the one that will give us integer. I'll say 5, 6, 7. So see, 5, 6, and 7. The total is 18. The average is 6. Good. So we are through with this project, with this program. Now let's look at it. A lot of cell phone has tip calculators. Write one. Ask the user for the price of the meal and the percentage tip they want to leave. Then print both the tip amount and the total bill with the tip included. Now let me just explain. We'll go to the next page. Let's say the total amount for the meal that the person just bought is n naira or n whatever currency. Then the percentage of tip that the person wants to give to somebody maybe is 5%. So the tip amount will just be 5 all over 100 times the total amount, which is times the meal amount. Then now the total amount, the bill, let me say the bill for the person will now be one, oh, that is, will now be this value, that is, let's say n plus the tip amount will be the amount the person will now pay. So the person that you're tipping will now collect this one, the tip amount. So the total amount for your meal plus the tip you're giving the person. So this is your bill, while this is the tip the person will collect. So now let's work it out. So that is it. Let's work it out. Now let me delete this. Let's delete this. Okay, I can just leave it and okay, no. Let me just open another one, work on a fresh sheet. So the question is, now they will ask the person what's your meal, the amount for your meal. So okay, now there are two questions you're going to say. We'll call it underscore meal amount. equal to, let's say, evaluate input. Single column, you can use single column, you can use double column. You use double column if you have what's it called, if you have a single column in your sentence, you use double column. Now, but we're using single column because there is no single column in our sentence, so interchangeably anyway. So now what was asked, I will ask the customer, okay, let's say, I'll say, what is the amount of the meal? That's all. And let's copy this. Let's copy this, copy, Control C, enter. Then let me say percentage, percent underscore tip, percent tip. So we just paste. Now we just say, what is the, just call, what is the percentage, the percentage, or just call it percent tip. What is percent tip? That's all. So we'll now look at we say the tip amount will now be equal to the percent tip times the meal amount divided by 100. Divided by 100 will give you the tip amount. Then the total bill will now be equal to the tip amount. The tip amount plus the meal amount. So we have to print now. So what we're printing is just the tip amount and the total bill. So now I will just say the tip amount is percentage sign. I'll use percentage sign format here. Percentage sign. Then I'll say 4.2 floats. Then the tip amount is this, while the total bill for is percentage 4.2f. 4.2f, the same Then I just need to say percentage again. Percentage. Now color breaks is then now need to put in the tip amount, comma, the total bill amount. So that is it. So we're good. So let's actually I don't put any. Okay, let me just use euro, euro, then euro here to euro, euro. Let's say you use capital, use capital here, euro, euro. So now let's run. Now let's say what is the amount of the bill of the meal? Sorry, let me call it 120.25 kobo, 25 euro. So now what is the tip of amount? Let me say 5%. So the tip amount is 6.01 euro, while the total bill is 126.26 euro. So that is it. So that is the final from there. Then that is it. So now we are done with this. Now the next issue now we're going to work on now should be for loop. So we're going to talk about for loop. Let me just put the hash sign for statement even. So now let's say I want to do for loop. So now for loop. So this hash is just for, let's say you want to put some information. You want to also describe what you're doing and all that. So now I want to work on for loop. So now for loop has a structure. It has a structure, and the structure is just like this. Say for, let's say for n in, you now say range. You now we just put the number of items you want, like 10. That means 10. Now, but the 10 starts from what? 0. Now let's look at it here. Now let's look at it here. Oh, I've explained this before. Okay, you can check it out in the other video. I've explained it before. Okay, let me just still explain it here. So it's just like range. If you have range like 10, it means 0, 1 to 9. It will not get to 10. So, and now if you have range, you say 1. Now you specify where you want it to start. So it will start, instead of starting from 0, it will start from 1 to 9. Now if you now say range 1, 10, here you now put 2 here, it means you want it to be in step of 2, in step 2s. That means if you have 1, the next one should be 3, the next one 5, the next one 7, the next one 9 to stop at 9. So that is it. So now that's the way it is. It works. Now, but you can also say like range. You can say it want it to start from 10 and gets to 1. Now, if you do it like this, that means it will start from 10 till 2 to not get to 1 to stop at 2. Now, if you so that is how the range works. So that is one of the structures in for loop. Now let's go to the software again. Now, after writing this, there should be a column that ends it. So this for loop is like a block of code. Now the header of the block of code is the first line, the for statements. Now if I enter without putting the column, it will enter itself. Look at it. See there is column here, but you're supposed to type in the column. So there is an indenting. Now any information you place on this indenting will be on the loop, but anything outside, if you now move it away from here, it will not be part of the indenting. It will not be part of the loop. It will not loop. It's just like, let's say for instance, let me come back here and bring it. Let's say you want to print something now. Let's say I want to print um let's say x, okay, inside the quotation, let's say x times, let's say 6. Now I don't want it to be many, so let's say 4. Now if I now enter and go back and now say okay, I want to print let's say for instance I want to print, I want something that is different. Print um plus. Now let's say times 10. Now I want, see now with this for loop, this print that is indented will run 4 times. Then this one that is not part of this indenting will not is not part of the loop. It will run on its own. It will just be once. But this other one here, you have 4 rows. You will have 4 rows and 6 columns of x. Now let's run it. Let me just run from the current line. Now you see you have 1, 2, 3, 4 rows and 6 columns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now see this one, now this addition run on its own, so it's not a part of the loop. That is the way the for loop works. That is just that. So now let's go straight to the question. Now these are the question. Now there is, let's go to the questions now. Let's see. Now there is a particular question I want to touch on. Okay, now let's work on this question 9. So now question 9, we should write a program, the program that is the Fibonacci numbers are the sequence below, where the first two numbers are 1 and each numbers thereafter is the sum of the two preceding numbers. Write a program that asks the user how many Fibonacci numbers to print and then print that many. Now, here we're supposed to write a program that asks the user how many Fibonacci numbers to print, and it will go ahead to print that particular number. So now we have, if you look at the Fibonacci numbers, you have 1, 1, 2, 3, 5. Let me just copy the number. Now we have 1, 1, 2, 3, 5. 5, let's see, 5, 8, 13, 21. 5, 8, 13, 21. So now if you look at these numbers, let's go. So if you look at the numbers, you have 1, 1. 1 is in the first and the second term. So now let's go back. Now it now means you have a number 0 and 1. So if you add these two, let's say you have a container. I want to now, let's form a way you can do it. You have a container, we'll call it F0, another container F1. Now we put in 0 into this container and put 1 into this container. If you add these two, it will give you 1. Then now, if you now say, we now have this to be, let's say this is x. Now if you add x, if you now add, now we had this plus this is 1. Now the second one, if you add, this is the first one, then the second one should be this plus this. Let's say this is 1. Okay, the only way to do this is, if I choose this to be the first one, that is choosing this to be the first one, then this next one, what I will do now, if I add this and this, I'll get this. Then if I've gotten this, then this first one becomes this and this second one becomes this. If I add these two, so if I add 0 plus 1, I have 1. The next one, already I've taken this to be this. So now if I now take this value to be my x and this one to be this other one, if you add them, if you add 1 plus 1, you have 2. If you add 2, if you add 1 plus 2, you get this. If you add this plus this, you get this 5. If you add this plus this, you get 8. If you add this plus 6, Okay, now let's say we have 0, 1. Now you have f0, f1. If you add this and this, you get this. If you add this and this, you get this one. Then if you add this and this, you have 2, which is this one. If you add this and this, you have 3, which is this one. If you add this and this, which is what, 5, then you get this. If you add this and this, you have 8, which is this. If you add this and this, which is 13. You add this and this, which is 21. So that's it, the way it goes. If you add this and this, so the whole thing is this plus this. This plus this is 1. That means we have gotten this value here. And this value here, when you check, if you add this and this, you have this. So now if you add this and this, you get 1 here. If you now add this one and this one, you get 2, which is this. So that means this f0 will now move to this place to become this, while f1 now move to here become this. So you add this and this. Now the next one, this f0 will now move to this and become this, f1 becomes this. So if you add this and this, you have 3, which is this. So that is the way it moves. So that means we have 2 containers that will be interchangeably working with. So meaning if you add this plus this, you have 1, which is this. This plus this is 1, which is this. This plus this is 2. This plus this is 3. This plus this is 5. This plus like that. So that is it. So now let's work it out. Let's write a program that can give us that. Let's write it. Let's see. Well, it's like I will stop in this part here. Now let's create another one. Let me call it f0. Let's say f0 is equal to 0. Now f1 is equal to 1. Now having done this, but first you need to ask the person how many. You need to ask now. This one we just say n should be equal to we ask the number. So we need to ask the number of of Fibonacci. The number of Fibonacci we want to create. Now I want to generate now. We just now need to say we're going to use 4 here. We'll now say 4. Let me use I for I in range number. So this is the number we're going to use. So you put in the number that we will now begin to work out. Now f should be equal to f 0 plus f1. Now we now need to print in bracket to print in brackets f um comma end equal to quotation mark comma. Now here I needed to say f0 should be equal to f1, while f1 should be equal to f. So that is it. So now, just like what we just explained here, see here now, f0 is 0, f1 is this. If you add this to, you have 1, which is this. Now this position f0 now becomes f1. Now f1 now becomes this one that is newly created. So now if you now, this is f now, so this is f, this is f, this is f, like that. So this is f newly created. Let me just say f here, because this plus this, you now have f here. Now this f0 becomes f1, f1 becomes f. So that is the way it goes. So now before you know it, the whole thing is created. So now let's go back. Let's go back then. Now after I'm done with this, will just stop here and continue part 2. This is part 2. Continue part 3 next time. Now this is part 2, sorry. We have done part 1. So now let's go back. Now we have, you now say print and okay. Now let's look at this. So I believe it will work. Now let's run. Okay, there is an issue here. Invalid syntax. What is it doing? Okay, this should be invalid syntax, correct? So there should be here. Let me put another bracket here. So it's okay now. It's okay. So now let's run. Let's run it. Now it's asking us the number of Fibonacci. So I will just say I need 10 Fibonacci. So it gives me 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, 21, 35, 55, and 89. Let's see. And what's 89? Now, okay, the thing did not print. So but I needed to, so this is supposed to be my F1. I need to print twice. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. So the first one is supposed to be added there. So it's supposed to be 1, 1. So how will I now add that? So was this 1? Let me see if I print here. I need to print F1. Now add the end equal to quotation mark, comma. Let's see whether the one will print. Let's see, this is, I will just say 10. So the 1, 1, so it works. We have 1, 1. Okay. So I needed to put a gap here. So the first print, then let's say 12. I went and write it in here. So it's supposed to be here. Let's say I want 12. So it will be 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, 21, 20, 34, 55, 89, 144, 2. Now let's see whether it has 144. If you add 55 plus 89, okay. Okay, 14, add 1 to, okay, 13, that is 144, correct. So that is it. So now that is, we're going to end here. So but next time we'll continue with other projects. I just want to just do this and go to bed. So thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so that anytime I make new video like this, you'll be the first to see it. Then again, please comment. And also some of these projects, if there is also a better way to do it, you can also put forward. Although there is a better way to work on this. And again, there is some other things I needed to tell you, like the way this thing is being written. This is the way we assign the numbers. It is 1 to 1. This is 1 to 1 variable assign. You can assign variables 1 to many. You can assign 1 to many. So you can also assign many to many. So many to many, I can say now, if I come here and now say comma F1, then I just come here, say comma 1. So I can assign it like this and remove this one here, this line. See? So now here I can also do same. I can say F0 comma F1. Now come here, I say comma F. You see, this is the way of assigning variables. This is what we call one to many. So now f0 is to this, f1 is to this. So you see, if you run this, it will still give you the same value, the same result. Let's see. You see, these are different ways you can assign variables. This is many to many. That is what I did now. There are the one that is value. Say 12. Say 12. See, it gives you the same value that we got the other time. So that means many to many, many. That is many to many variable as to assign variables. So it works. So thank you for watching. Have a nice day. So let's call it a day today.